Yes, you are now in tune on the one that forced itself at this time. Give thanks. There's a lot of things to give thanks about because there is a lot of good news that I'm here to tell you. Um, I must say, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Only you can save you. Only you can ascend yourself with only yourself. You already know. But there is a lot of fear being promoted on the internet, and a lot of people think that this fear information is empowering, but it's really just shutting down your melanin because the more you're scared, the more you shut down your melanin, and all of that great stuff that you were talking about, you just threw it out the window. So I'm not going to get into that, but the good news is that Michael Jackson been told us the planets are lining up. We're bringing brighter days. They're all in line waiting for you. Can't you see? You're just another part of me. You dig me? So that was one of those prophetic quotes from Michael Jackson, in my eyes, because at this time, that's what's going on. Things are lining up. They're bringing brighter days for us, but they're waiting for us at the same time. Nothing is coming back to save us. But what was hidden from the wise and prudent shall be revealed to the babes and suckling. So what was hidden from the wise and prudent, which is the old heads and the older generation, and our ancestors, the ones who came before us, um, all that was hidden from them is being revealed to the youth, the babes and suckling. My generation and the young ones, all the way down to my son age. So the younger generation is now being awakened to the things that have been kept secret. There is no secret. The secret is that there is no secret no more. And there is no more conspiracy because everything has been exposed. Um, I am your brother, Black Sun. You might know me from Horizon Books. You might know me from Sunrise Books. You might know me from Primetime Books. You might know me from the Primetime Book. The Horizon Books cart up at Cheltenham Mall. Or you might know me from Horizon Books down in the gallery, Ninth and Market. Or you might know me from Black and Nobel. Or you just might know me. If you don't know now, you know. No, I'm just playing. I just had to throw that one in there random. I just like to do random things to make sure that you're still paying attention. Seeing because we're dealing with a very profound but simple topic simultaneously. So, this is just an introduction, and we're going to bring some clarity to a whole bunch of confusion that's going on between the flat earth community and the global community. So yes, we're going to be talking to multiple communities: the extraterrestrial, the red, black, and green, the astrology community, the Yoruba tradition community. I want to make sure that every school of thought can at least identify with something that I'm saying, even though we have multiple different differences within our belief systems and cosmologies and all those things. And then people get all left-brained scholarly and want to debate, and really shows a lack of enlightenment. But um, from a Rastafari Gnostic perspective, one who knows, um, I'm not one of those Selassieites. I call them Selassieites because you have Dr. Yorkites, you have uh, Elijah Muhammadites, and MalcolmXites, and Marcus Garveyites, Noble Drew Aliites, where people have, you know, deified men. Even His Imperial Majesty said, make sure that you don't deify these men. But to make the long story short, the messenger has always become deified, and then there's dogma that comes after that. And that dogma takes away from the original teaching, the original esoteric teachings, or the original layout of where these schools of thought came from gets lost within the dogma. But anyway, we're coming out of that dogmatic age of Pisces anyway. That was a Piscean thing anyway. So people are more into the Aquarian intellectual. This is the age of information, not enlightenment. Seen. But anyway, to spread some light, what was hidden from the wise and prudent is being revealed to the young bulls. We call them. And that is the fall of Babylon. Seeing the ghetto youth them will rise. They didn't said that in how many reggae songs? All of the different deities that they've been waiting to come back, whether it's Jesus, Yahushua, whether it's extraterrestrials, whether it's the ancestors, or whether it's just beings from the universe, or whatever, people are waiting to come back to save them. People from Naberu, giants, a lot of people have their own version of what they believe to come back to save us, and there's nothing going to save you but you. But one of the common denominators, before I get off track, between the Glober and the Earther community is Shambhala. And Shambhala is one of the subjects that was taught from the holographical Earth and the hollow Earth theory. Now, the hollow Earth theory existed, or was, I wouldn't say existed, but the hollow Earth theory is the Glober's perception of Shambhala. And since Globers and Flat Earthers agree on Shambhala, they might disagree on the shape of the planet. So we're not going to make this an argument or a debate. We're going to build and reason upon a common understanding, to get to some clarity. So Shambhala is Zion, I must tell you. So Zion, or what they call Zion, has many different mansions. It has many different degrees. So I know from the Rastafari school of thought, a lot of light has been shed on the land of Ethiopia or Ethiopia. That's cool, but that is one dimension or one degree of it, but on a higher degree, predating Ethiopia, we come from Shambhala, and predating Shambhala, Rastafari been said that, or the Rastafari community has been told us that we come from creation. But to make a long story short, Dr. Malachi Z. York taught about the sons of the green light. From a lot of the for you Nuwabians and Ansars out there who come from the Dr. York teachings, because he had multiple different teachings, but I give him props because he's one of those teachers that really went in on Shambhala from a Glober's perspective. So this is just the introduction. I'm warming you up. And we're going to talk about this green light that Dr. Malachi Z. York was talking about, and how now a lot of flat earthers are now talking about this green light. So that the green light is one of those common denominators that we're going to build on, so that I'm not trying to be controversial and get people to get all boosted up with their ego with information, but we're here to bring clarity to those who might truly be seeking, or people who might have a little bit of information but don't know which way to go with it. There is a land far, far away, where there's no night, there's only day. Look into the book of life, and you will see that there's a land far, far away. Shambhala is the place where I come from, and we come from the green light. I hope after watching the different chapters of this discourse, and I will go through degrees with this because I want to make sure that I can reach every community, even if you're coming from the gangster community. I gotta have something for every community, you know. Whether you agree or disagree, at least I will be pointing out things that we all agree on, and then we can we can go somewhere with that. Other than that, people just get a little bit of information and then they just go out, just you know, just I don't know what's going on, but anyway, it's an ego thing going on now. Everyone's a scholar, but pre-YouTube era, people used to come to black bookstores or bookstores period to see, grab House of Consciousness DVDs and books on Dr. Ben and all these things. So now there is a revelation going on. People are now finding out at this time that we live on a flat plane, or that we live in a simulation, and that this place is not where or what we think it is, as the Gnostics were telling us, white and black Gnostics at that. So I must tell you that thousands of Gnostics from many different, because there are more than one denomination of Gnostics, because they now they have Gnosticism, which is something they just made up. But anyway, we're going to go deeper into that in another time. But they assassinated, murdered, slaughtered thousands of Gnostics. They told them to get down or lay down. And so after they told the Gnostics to get down and lay down, like they told everybody in the world to do, they said, get down with the Vatican and our religion or die, So they assassinated and killed thousands of Gnostics to formulate their Roman Catholic fallacies and deception, and religion. So I'm not going to beat a dead horse because there's so many people putting out information. You can go check out things for yourself, and I don't have to go so deep into certain subject matters. I'll just give you a reference where you can find this information yourself. I'm not some master guru flying on a carpet like Aladdin. I am a seeker, and I will always be a seeker, and I am just an embryo to the school of self. I must tell you that the earth will reveal to you the answers about earth. So for those who are into the gemstones, once again, and I said this in another discourse, you know what I mean? If you want to know whether the earth is flat or round, go to the gemstones. The stones will tell you. The earth will tell you. Go to the source itself. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself. See? And the earth, or Mama Amatu, or whatever you want to call this planet or plane, will give you the answers to the history or the hidden history of this plane. Things that you won't even find on the internet, or things that you will find on the internet, and you'll find out that the earth is saying the same thing. So I'm not here to preach a flat earth or a globe theory. But I am here to tell you that common denominator, Zion, is real. Return to the green light.